Did you spot the mistakes?
I picked out azaleas and influenzas and chrysanthemums.
Knuckles doesn't have a green thumb, and influenzas aren't any kind of flower.
I just got back from Texas. I went down there to check out that Mount St. Helens volcano they got there.
Sure, Texas has got a lot of things, but Mount St. Helens isn't one of them. That's because it's located in the state of Washington.
I was changing some dollars into yen for my trip to China.
Stanley's not going to China. He's going to jail. The yen is used as money in Japan, not China.
I got 2 dogs, an Irish setter and a husky.
This city might be going to the dogs, but Muscles knows what he's talking about. Irish setters and huskies are 2 types of dogs. Kinda cute fellas, actually.
I took the family to Utah to see the Grand Canyon.
McGee's gonna have plenty of time to work on his geography where he's going. The Grand Canyon's not in Utah, it's in Arizona.
That tune by Mozart, you know. Bum, 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 bum.
LaRue's never been to the symphony in his life, and he certainly wasn't there yesterday. Mozart didn't write that tune. It's the 5th Symphony by Beethoven.
I was having a cast removed from my arm. On account of I broke my femur and my tibia.
The only thing Mickey broke was the law. The femur and the tibia are bones you find in the leg, not in the arm.
I was at home watching a nature show about these penguins in Antarctica.
The Antarctic's a good place to find penguins. Crimp's right, and it proves his innocence.
We were looking at the painting of the Mona Lisa by Michelangelo.
Hopefully, Dr. Cleanpick knows more about teeth than he does about art. Michelangelo was a famous artist, but he didn't paint the Mona Lisa. Leonardo da Vinci did.
I was training for the Olympics. I ran a 2-minute mile.
The next Olympics will be missing Stinky John. He wasn't running the 2-minute mile because nobody can. In fact, the fastest mile ever recorded is closer to 4 minutes than 2.
I got this great new compass. Points due west. Every time.
Sam Spit won't need directions anymore. He's going to jail. A compass doesn't point west, it points due north.
I was working on my computer last night. I, booted up, defragged my hard drive, and then logged onto the internet to retrieve my email.
Chatty Cathy may never shut up, but she didn't take the gold. Defrag, logging on, internet, and email are all computer terms.
I remember because it was a Steven Spielberg film festival. I saw E.T., Jurassic Park, and Independence Day.
Viola didn't melt her contact lenses. Her brain, maybe. Spielberg didn't make Independence Day. That was some other guy.
I was playing a gig at the Panama Canal. Cool place. That's where boats pass between the Atlantic and Indian Oceans.
Base here is all wet. The Panama Canal connects the Atlantic with the Pacific, not the Indian Ocean.
I was in Africa. I bagged 2 tigers and a rhino.
I hate to see a willow weep, but that clarinetist better learn how to play Jailhouse Rock. That's 'cause there are no tigers in Africa.
We ate a traditional Italian meal of linguine, fettuccine, and cannelloni.
Fingers might have said a mouthful, but it's all true. Linguine, fettuccine, and cannelloni are all authentic foods from Italy.
I went to the orthopedist to get braces.
Honey's bitten off more than she can chew. You go to an orthopedist if you break a bone. If you want braces on your teeth, you go to an orthodontist.
I'd catch my death at a dusty old library. I was at the planetarium. I saw the red planet, Venus.
Seems like candy's in a different solar system. The red planet is Mars, not Venus.
I was in Austria. I saw kangaroos and then went scuba diving in the Great Barrier Reef.
Sugar, sugar, sugar. Maybe the library would do you some good. Kangaroos and the Great Barrier Reef are in Australia, not Austria.
I was looking at the painting called Still Life with Sunflowers by Vincent van Gogh.
Puddin' may have a silly name, but she sure knows her artwork. Vincent van Gogh did paint Still Life with Sunflowers.
I wore a 10-gallon hat. You know, the ones that can hold 10 gallons of water?
Carnegie's all washed up. Just like if she tried to put 10 gallons of water in that hat. A 10-gallon hat couldn't even hold 1 gallon of water.
I went bird watching. We saw gulls, geese, and guppies.
Vanderbilt's story is for the birds. A guppy is a fish, and not one of those flying ones either.
I'm from France, and we drive on the other side of the road.
Melonball knows his left from his right, but not his right from his wrong. In France, they drive on the same side of the road as we do.
I could get you a good deal on an old $2 bill.
The $2 bill's not nearly so phony as a $3 bill. So, I guess you could say I buy Morgan's story.
I was in Philadelphia trying to duplicate Paul Revere's famous ride.
Paul Revere was in Boston on the fateful day, not Philadelphia. The only person DeLuca wants to take for a ride is me.
I was over in the reptile house, teaching the otters to swim.
I guess Sullivan doesn't know that an otter's a furry mammal and not a scaly reptile. Either way, I wouldn't want to be in his skin.
I was at a special exhibit on Thomas Edison, inventor of the fax machine.
Thomas Edison invented a lot of things, but not the fax machine. Hammerstein invented something too, his story.
I visited all 7 continents and crossed all 5 oceans.
Clark is straight dealing. There really are 7 continents and 5 oceans.
I was home, feeding my birds. A budgie, a parakeet, and a python.
Babyface is no bird lover. Budgies and parakeets are birds, but a python is a snake.
I was in my garden planting vegetables. You know, tomatoes, cucumbers, peppers.
Leo the Lion Lawrence is lying, but he almost had me fooled with his vegetable story. Tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers are really all fruits, so it looks like he'll be chewing on that in prison.
I played all the notes, A through H.
Slippery Fingers Ferguson has no business calling himself a musician. Musical notes go from A to G, not H.
I was in Chicago, at the tallest building in the United States, the Sears Tower.
Danger Jones may not like trees, but he didn't chop them down either. He was at the Sears Tower in Chicago, the tallest building in the United States.
He had me sorting the sapphires from the amethysts and the quagmires.
He should have been sorting fact from fiction. A quagmire isn't some kind of gem. It's just a fancy name for swampy land.
Funny thing about Brazil, everybody speaks Spanish.
Funny thing about prison, everybody wants out. Brindle's gonna learn that, 'cause Brazilians speak Portuguese, not Spanish.
We saw this cute baby dolphin hatch out of its shell.
Shell? I think cell's more like it, at least for this guy. Dolphins aren't hatched from eggs. They're mammals, just like you and me.
Hawaii. You know, the 50th state.
Bingo. Mildred's right. Hawaii is the 50th of the United States. But if she ever did get into a scuffle with some weightlifters, my money's on Mildred.
I play the kazoo, the bassoon, and the caboose.
Buttons is gonna be one sad clown. A caboose isn't a musical instrument. It's the last car on a freight train.
I was bending metal bars with my pinkies. Let's see, I used titanium, terrarium, and aluminum.
The only thing Armstrong was bending was the truth. A terrarium isn't a metal. It's a tank where you keep plants and small animals.
I was picking out sheep's wool because I'm knitting my mama a cashmere sweater.
You'll have time to knit sweaters for the whole family where you're going. Cashmere comes from a special kind of goat, not sheep. Bye-bye, Whiplash.
That's Russia, as in the largest country in the world.
Ivana's not just another pretty face. And she's not lying either. Russia really is the biggest country in the world. She just better stay away from my boyfriend, or there's one trapeze artist who's headed for a fall.
Baby whales are called pups, by the way.
Even the peeper can see he's going to jail. Baby whales aren't called pups, they're called calves.
The Amazon River. That's the longest river in the world.
Frenchie's joining his friends up the river. The Amazon isn't the longest river in the world. The Nile is.
Did you know that none of the 7 wonders of the ancient world are still standing?
How about the pyramids of Egypt? They're still around. That's more than I can say for Flug, because she's going to jail.
Monticello. In other words, Thomas Jefferson's home.
Count on the Brainiac to be right. Monticello really was Thomas Jefferson's home.
The sand's imported from only the best deserts. The Gobi, the Everglades, the Sahara.
Cleft's gonna find out that it's not so hot in the cooler. The Everglades is a swamp, not a desert.
Thomas Jefferson. He's on the $10 bill.
That 10'll get you 20, McGraw. Jefferson isn't on the $10 bill. Alexander Hamilton is.
The Wright brothers. You know, the first people to fly solo across the Atlantic.
That story doesn't fly. Even though they were the first to successfully fly an airplane, the Wright brothers never flew across the Atlantic.
Greenland. That's the biggest island in the world, you know.
He's right. Greenland really is the world's biggest island.
I was reading about the first Russians to land on the moon.
I hope they've got better books in prison, because that's where Baloo's heading. No Russians have been to the moon.
I was serving some Great Lakes saltwater taffy to some friends.
Sykes was stretching the truth a bit too far with that taffy story. The Great Lakes are freshwater lakes, not saltwater.
The telephone? You know, that thing invented by Edison?
I hope he's still got that phone, because he's going to have to use it to call his lawyer. Edison didn't invent the telephone. Alexander Graham Bell did.
I was in Tallahassee visiting my sick grandma. That's Tallahassee, Florida, the state capital.
Lumberjack's smarter than he looks. Tallahassee is the capital of Florida. His grandma should be proud. And about 6'6" by the look of things.
My twin brother and I have the same fingerprints.
Indy's gonna serve double time. That's 'cause no two people, not even twins, have the same fingerprints.
Contact lenses were invented in the 18th century.
Poor Axel. I could see right through him. Contact lenses weren't invented until the 20th century.
I broke my baby toe. It's the smallest bone in the body.
The only thing Long broke was the law. The smallest bone is called a stirrup, and it's not in your foot, it's in your ear.
I was picking fruit in my backyard. Let's see. I picked lemons, tomatoes, and avocados.
Well, Dusty's right. Those really are fruits. I guess she plants the tomatoes so she can catch up with the other races.
Did you know that Florida was one of the original 13 colonies?
Did you know you're going to jail? Florida wasn't one of the original colonies. It was the 27th state admitted to the Union in 1845.
Did you know that that Declaration of Independence starts with the 3 words, "We the people"?
No, But her prison term's gonna begin with the 3 words 5 to 10. The Declaration of Independence doesn't begin with "we the people." The U.S. Constitution does.
Did you know George Washington slept in the White House?
He might have slept in a White House, but he never slept in the White House, 'cause they didn't start building it until after Washington was already dead.
Did you know that America was named after Amerigo Vespucci?
Mrs. Appleby is right. America really was named after Amerigo Vespucci, the Italian explorer.
India has got more people than any other country in the world.
You don't have to have 3 eyes to see he's lying. India doesn't have the most people. China does.
I make A3 grain bread with barley, oats, and fleece.
That half-baked story is landing Harry in jail. Fleece isn't a grain. It's the wool you get from sheep.
I got a rare photograph of George Washington.
I'll say it's rare. So rare it doesn't even exist. Washington died in 1799. The first photograph wasn't taken until 1837.
You know, a mule's a cross between a horse and a donkey.
Noseless comes out smelling like a rose. He's innocent, 'cause mules are a cross between a horse and a donkey.